this lighting. I'm up in the office. I'm in the office. That sounds so fancy. Welcome to the nervous woman, the anxious woman. Welcome to the anxious woman. I don't say that too often. Welcome to the anxious woman. I'm up in the office. I just had to make an appointment with our bank for Monday to go and do paperwork on payable upon death in case George or I should pass away in the next year. Okay, that's a long involved. It's not. We have our money separate because I'm on disability for my mental health. Then because of that, I have to keep my money separate. The check I get each month has to be in its own account. And so because of that, if one of us was to pass away in the next year before I reach full retirement age, it's a lot of paperwork and phone calls and things. It's just a problem to be able to close one or the other accounts, So by having the payable upon death paperwork done, which is what our lawyer suggested and which is what I didn't have done when Sky died, and I went through a whole lot of stuff to get his accounts closed, his checking and his credit card. So I just came up here to use my little laptop. Water. So the lighting's strange because we have a window there and it's very humid, and kind of like no matter what I do, I can't. This is how it's going to be. I could turn on the light. Is that going to be better? And the fan will come on too. That's better. There's the notorious orange wall. Is that better? Eh. Not really. Stay with me a second. There we go. That's better, I guess, right? Is that better? Okay. We're not going to keep this going too long. So I made my appointment for Monday. I have not been out of the house since Sunday morning. Today's Wednesday. It's Wednesday late afternoon. George is down in the basement painting. And I'm having anxiety, severe. I'm absolutely frightened to death. This is my side of the office. I have the printer on my side. I had this at the apartment. I've had this for a while. And I have my little laptop and my water, my tissues, my little box with extra ink. And this is mine and George's love journey book. So all kinds of little things I put in here, like cards, and I just put 2 little flower pieces from the bouquet he gave me the other day. It's almost full. I have to go through my pictures and pick out some and send them over to Shutterfly, and get them done up. So I have concrete memories. I need to say happy birthday to really special people. When I put a video up, I don't necessarily go over to the videos to check comments real promptly. That's my anxiety talking. All I can do is just explain, not apologize, but just explain. It takes me a few days to get the comments. But I want to, for Donna's family, I want to say a very happy belated birthday to her mother, Viola. Viola, you had a birthday yesterday, and I hope it was so good. Let me know in the comments what you did for your birthday. And also, Donna, your daughter Angela had a birthday on July 27th, which was a couple days ago. And Angela, I hope your birthday was amazing. And let me know, tell me, or Donna, tell me what your family did for their birthdays. And again, my apologies for not being here yesterday. I did put up a video yesterday that I did, but I didn't see the comment until this morning. So in the video I did yesterday, I did my makeup and I said I'll do a before and an after, and I never did an after. So this is basically an after. What I'm noticing is as I age, my hair gets thinner. It's long, but it's very brittle and it's very dry. And I mean, it's growing, but this is all there is, right? And I think it's too thin to do the micro bead extensions. I just think it is. But I'm using the Eucerin on my hands to try and bring a little life back into my hands. Someone mentioned, I just looked at the comments today, and someone mentioned, and I don't remember your name, I'm so sorry, that you put 2 comments up that were deleted. And I don't know if you were the one whose comments I deleted. I deleted over the past couple of weeks, I deleted 2 comments. I don't remember what the one was about, but the other one was about. Someone said it sounds like it was a marriage of like a business arrangement, and whoever it was said that you were with me for a while and you were surprised that I got married so quickly. That comment I deleted. I just didn't feel like it was necessary. But I will say this, I did see your comment where you said 2 comments deleted, and I did comment on that. So that comment was seen, I saw it, I commented on the comment. And what I will say is, I have to turn my mouse off. I have a battery operated mouse. What I will say is your comment on 2 comments deleted really made me think about when I delete a comment. And I say this fairly often on my channel. I read the comments and I don't always catch the name with the person, but I read the comments. And what I need to do is slow down in my reading and really absorb what each person is saying to me. And so if it's something that I think is not necessary for the channel, and I would typically delete it, I'm going to kind of stop and pause and think about it and see if I really need to delete it, because maybe what is being said to me is really necessary and really needed, and that's what you're thinking, whoever it is at the time. And so you're as entitled to your opinion as I am mine. So that comments bring a lot to my awareness, and I think more now, especially as I get older and older and go through more and more. So I want to just say thank you for bringing an awareness to me that I'll carry forth into the future. So what's new? What's new with you folks? For me, did the laundry, all caught up in the cleaning, tomorrow would be dusting day. I'm going to skip it. I'm going to do dusting every other week because there's really not much to dust every week. And everything else is done. And Friday, George has an appointment, a medical appointment that we're going to go to together. And then we're going to go right after that and go to McDonald's and meet with my old friend for a coffee for an hour or so. That'll be the first time that I get out since last Sunday. Time's just moving quickly, and I've had multiple days where I've been going through a lot of struggle, even though it may not look like it here. I'm struggling with a lot of things. And I go back and forth between my grief, my memories. I don't even know if I want to use the word grief. My memories of Sky, my amazing husband that I have now, this beautiful home and what he's provided for us, and my gratitude and my love, but also a loneliness. I miss family, my parents, my kids, my siblings. As you age, the emotions get, like, things start to really matter. It's like the clock is ticking, And my next oldest sister will turn 70 when she has her next birthday. And George will turn 70. He'll turn 70 before she does, even. And there's a lot of fear in that. So a lot of it is just in my thinking and what's to come. We watched an episode of House last night that was like a 2-part, and it just kind of made me realize how much we're not doing, because sometimes it just doesn't make any sense to go out and spend money for what? When I think everybody or most people are struggling financially to balance everything and keep everything paid and keep the fridge stocked. And that, I think, for most of us is the main things. I'm looking forward to August for 3 reasons. 1, I turned 66. That's like the first step to my full retirement age. I was born in 1959. So 66 years and 10 months is full retirement. I've talked about this a few times. And I need to do more research on the Social Security site. I'm on SSD, which is Social Security Disability, because I worked most of my life from age 22 on, from when I was 16 to 18, and then 22 on into my late 50s. And then I went on disability. And so next June I will hit that full retirement age, that 66 years and 10 months. And so if I'm reading everything correctly, the disability part drops away, and I'm like rolled over to just straight up Social Security because of my age. And so financially nothing will change for me there, but it will just be that change up. So I'm looking forward to that full retirement age, kind of finding my place, I guess. It's also that first anniversary for me and George, and that's exciting. But there's a lot of nervousness and anxiety and panic and very weird dreams when I sleep. And I haven't felt physically great. I started taking the B12, the 1,000 micrograms, and I feel like since I started taking those, I feel like I haven't felt as well. That might just be a placebo, like a head thing, you know, like that I'm imagining it. I don't know. But I didn't take it today, and I didn't take any vitamin C today, and I didn't take any ibuprofen. As a matter of fact, I took those 3 bottles and I put them away in my like medicine box. My B12 in my blood work came back normal, in the normal range, but my red blood cell count came back, the one number was just off the normal range. It was just off, like not even a point. And the doctor said the other part of my red blood cells was on the high end of the range, not out of the range, but on the high end, which she said that means that I'm low in B12. So I started taking 1,000 micrograms of B12, and I'm just feeling so worn out. Even though everything I look up, it doesn't say that chronic fatigue or extreme fatigue is because of taking B12. So I don't know. Anyway, I'm not going to stay on here right now. I wanted to get these birthday wishes up. I'm so grateful when someone puts out about a birthday. I think birthdays are so special. My mom lived to 97, just about 97. My dad was 81. My biological dad was 81. My the dad who raised me, was 81 when he passed. My grandpa was 99, my mom's dad, and Sky was 71 when he left. And so I want to be as healthy as I can be, you know. I had a phone appointment today with my health insurance broker. I want to be mindful of my time with my health insurance broker, and she said there's a lot of changes coming with health insurance, and I have Aetna Advantage, and that's one of the companies where there's going to be some, like, it sounds like some changes, and so she asked me like what was important to me, you know, come open enrollment, like what's important to me. So they're going to contact me in September to ask who my doctors are and what my meds are, to see if my plan, it will still cover this stuff, these doctors and these meds. And then if not, in October we're going to have a phone call to see if I want to change to another plan or stay with what I have. So we did talk about that today on the phone, and I'm hoping just to stay like where I'm at. She said there is a plan that will be available. It will be a higher, what did she say? A higher copay, but a lower Medicaid, what did she say now? Medicaid withdrawal? I'm not sure. And yeah, so anyway, she also told me that my dentist office, they sold the practice. She said she believes my dentists are still there, but they're getting ready for retirement, which I hadn't heard anything about yet. I have an appointment in October for a cleaning, and so that might be interesting because I've had my dentist since I was in my 20s. So I did have that phone call, and you know, I was glad to get what information I could. She asked me if counseling was important, since my copay for counseling is so expensive, and I can't put money out for that. I've been in and out of therapy since I was 23. It never changed anything in my life, and so I'm not going to put out $40 a week for 30 minutes of therapy that is not going to change anything at my age. Like, it's not. So I'm not putting out $160 a month, which is half my car payment, to talk about what? Like, I told her, I said, that's not important. What's important is my psychiatrist and my family doctor, my PCP, who's an internal medicine doc, and then coverage for my prescriptions. That's what matters right now for me. So we did talk on that. I got the bank appointment. I feel like we always have like something, just like you guys, there's always something going on, isn't there? Like something you've got to catch up on, you got to think about. I'm going to throw this out real quick. There's a girl on TikTok. Her name is Becca Bloom. And she was talking about books that her dad made her read. Now, she's a very wealthy young woman from a very wealthy family, engaged to, I'm guessing, a very wealthy man. She's very sweet. I love her. I don't care how wealthy she is. She's just very sweet, and she doesn't flaunt her wealth. But she said the names of these books: The Art of Thinking Clearly by Rolf Dobelli, Spy the Lie, Philip Houston, Anti-Fragile, Nassim Nicholas Taleb, I think I'm saying that right, and The Second Sex, Simone de Beauvoir, I think that's close. So The Art of Thinking Clearly, Spy the Lie, Anti-Fragile, and The Second Sex. And she was saying how these books changed her way of thinking about like everything. So I told George I want to look on Amazon for used copies of these books to see if I could get them, because I want to read them. If it impacts someone like that so much, I want to read these 4 books. So you might want to check into them if you're interested in any of those titles. And yeah, so that's it, I think. I'm shaky right now. I did have my coffee earlier. I drank half of the little glass. I'm feeling nervous and anxious, and I feel like there's this hole in my belly, like a hole, like a gaping hole, and I feel scared, and I feel like I just want to be in my safe place, which in this house, I have my safest place is the bedroom. It's always my bedroom. But there's also in the sectional living room, in the couch, there's a corner spot, like where it goes like this. And I curl up in that corner where I could put my water in the holder. And that's not really like my safest place, but it feels okay enough. I'm not used to all this space too. And even though it's great to have so much space, it's also scary for me. I've always had and for those of you who've been with me for a long time, you know that I've always had a runaway bag, a red piece of luggage, small, that I'd fill with just essentials. 1 change of clothing, toothbrush, toothpaste, comb, a little bit of shampoo, some change, a hoodie, essentials. And I had emptied that bag at a point where I felt safe to do that, where I felt safe. And yesterday I filled the runaway bag again. It's full to the top, and I have a hoodie and something else. I guess it's just the hoodie on top of the runaway bag. I call it the runaway bag because I can pick it up and I know that everything I need for a couple days is in that bag. I don't know why I did it. There's nothing going on here in my life, in my marriage, that would cause me to go back to that feeling of intense insecurity. But I felt it yesterday. It was extreme. It was like, oh, this is something I have to do. I have to put a comb and a little bottle of shampoo and conditioner. I don't have those things yet. I'll pick up a comb and brush set at the Dollar Tree, and I have the hoodie, and I want to make sure that one of my credit cards that I'm not using is in that bag. Again, I don't have a clue why. It's just something I feel like I need to do to make me feel better. It's an emotional comfort, an emotional okayness within myself. My husband is wonderful and amazing and supportive and loving and caring. And honestly, I don't know what I would do without him. He's just the sweetest thing. I'm not kidding. But something told me yesterday, like, you need to do this. I've been getting, July 7th, I told you that I was having some issues with my son, and I had lent him $25, and before that I lent him $65, and he was supposed to pay both back that same day in the evening. It was guaranteed. And of course that didn't happen. And I sent him a text that night and I said, your world is now going to be changed forever. Like, as far as I go. Like, remember my words. That's exactly what I told him. I have not spoken to him since. 2 weeks went by, I heard nothing from him. 14 days, not a word. Not a text, not a phone call, not an email. Nothing. And he has like 4 different phone numbers. He has 4 different email accounts. And after the 2 weeks, then I started getting multiple reach outs and I did not respond. So some of that is kind of just wiggling around in my head also. So I hear my husband moving around, so I'm going to go. And if you have any thoughts on all this, put them in the comments.